Haley Kenway always wanted to be happy in life, but born to a restrictive family, she felt like her life was one endless prison. Haley's childhood consisted of restrictions her dad had put in place. He'd insisted that she grow up to be a proper lady of society. Despite her mom's objections to the way he was raising their daughter, Haley's dad didn't let up. The first time Haley was ever by herself was in college, but although she was miles from home, her dad still kept a tight leash on her life. Haley cut herself from her family, looking to start a life she could call her own. She found work as a barista to pay her bills, and soon enough, her dark life began lighting up. Then she met Sam, a man who'd change everything in her life. Sam was unlike anything Haley had ever known. He was kind and accommodating, sweet and attentive. He built Haley up instead of constricting her into a bubble as her dad did. By the time Haley graduated, she and Sam had been dating for 3 years. Their love was stronger than ever, and seemingly seeing it as the next step in their relationship, Sam popped the question. Haley hesitated. She loved Sam very much, but there was a glaring problem. Although she met Sam's family, Sam knew little about hers. She couldn't bring herself to talk about her childhood or parents, but she said yes to him, calling her mom, who she'd been talking to for a while. They agreed that she would bring Sam home. Without much thought, she extended the invitation to him. It had been 3 years since Haley saw her family. Her mom ran and hugged her, her dad smiling on the porch. "We've heard so much about you," Haley's mom said as she led Sam up the driveway. "Hello?" Haley's dad waved. He looked a bit stiff as if he felt forced to be here, but Haley wouldn't let him ruin this. She didn't know the problems her dad was about to cause. At dinner, neither Haley nor her dad spoke, seeming to notice the awkward air in the room. Sam raised his fork to speak. He commended Haley's parents on dinner and thanked them for allowing him to visit. He opened up about his relationship with his parents and what family meant to him. Haley's dad cut him short. What he said made the dinner table quiet again. "Sam Taylor Johnson from St. Louis, Missouri," Haley's dad said, startling everyone. "Yes, I know you, your past, your family." When Haley's mom glared at him, he said, "I had to do it. I need to know who my little girl is running around with." "No," Haley hissed. "Please don't tell me you did a background check on my fiancé." "I did more than that," her dad barked. "Do you even know him? His father is a janitor. How do you expect to build a life with him?" Haley saw Sam's jaw slacken. She reached out for his hand, squeezing as she said, "What is wrong with you, Dad?" She shook her head, her eyes smarting with tears. "It's not always about money." She pressed a finger against her heart and added, "It's what's in here, okay?" With that, Haley pushed herself out of her seat. "We shouldn't have come here." Despite her mom's efforts to have them stay over, Haley and Sam drove off that night. Haley apologized profusely to her fiancé. To her, Sam's dad was everything she wished her dad could be. Being a millionaire meant nothing when one didn't love their family. Sam never lacked anything in his life, and he was the most genuine person Haley knew. She was glad she found someone like him. But would he stay with her after this incident? Sam assured Haley he was all right. To him, life was more than money, and that mentality allowed him to achieve much in his life. He told Haley he would never leave her. The couple planned their wedding for months, with Haley's mom visiting to help with the preparations. Sam's family also lent a hand, and soon enough, the day everyone was waiting for was finally here. Everybody attended the wedding save for Haley's dad. He tried to force himself into the wedding list, but Haley refused. Everything was perfect on that day, from the floral arrangements to the wedding processional. But before Haley and Sam exchanged vows, Sam's dad appeared at the door. He smiled at everyone before nodding to Haley. He walked up to her, hugging her and Sam, and faced the bright door. Haley gasped. Her dad was standing at the door, dressed in a suit with tears in his eyes. Sam's dad said, "I don't know what I would do if you guys didn't invite me to this wonderful occasion." He nodded at Haley's dad, who approached. Feelings swarmed within Haley. Love, hate, want. She couldn't remember the last day her dad looked at her like this. But there was more. Haley's dad came over, throwing his hands around the couple. "I am so sorry," he sobbed. "I know I haven't been the best." He glanced at Sam's dad and gave a sad smile, "But I'm ready to learn." He didn't try to force himself into the ceremony, only handed Haley a key. "Sam's dad and I chipped in for a house. I am so proud of you." Then he did the unthinkable. Haley's dad turned heels and started walking away. Seeing him leave made Haley's heart twist within her. "Dad," she called out, stemming tears as her lips trembled. Her dad swung around. "Yes, please stay," Haley said. To her, Sam's dad had given her the best present in life. It was never about money, only what was there in someone's heart.